It doesn't even ask me if I want to go live or not. It just goes straight live. How's it going, everybody? Can you hear me? Let's bump the mic up a little bit. Right there. Right there. Very good. I just got into my room. I don't have the chat room going yet. Hold on. Hey, haha, there's coffee. I just got everything set up, man, so I'm sorry I couldn't contact you. Hold on 1 minute here. Let me get the chat room going. Uh-oh. We're going to listen to AT&T right now. Hello.
Yes, Mr. Josh, this is Patrick in from AT&T, and I just want to know this call recorded for quality purposes, and I do believe I owe you a call back.
Yes, and we are working.
Okay, perfect. That's the only thing that I want to hear. So, Mr. Josh, I just want to make a quick recap here. You called in to have a hotspot. You changed your plan for this month for additional $25. And if you want to cancel it, you just need to call us back. And if you want to continue it, you just need to call us back so that we know if you want to extend it or you just want to cut it off. Okay?
Sounds good. It's working great right now. I'm on a live stream. I was able to get on the live stream with it. So say hi to everybody.
Okay. Hey, hi guys, and very glad that I was able to help Mr. Joshua here from my end.
Well, you saved the day, so good work. Thank you.
Thank you. I hope you appreciate on that, Mr. Joshua. So for future reference, you can visit att.com. Anything else for me?
No, I'm perfect. Thank you very much.
All right, great to hear. So again, my name is Patrick. Thank you for choosing AT&T. We appreciate your business in 2012, and have a great day.
All right, take it easy. Thank you. Bye. All right, so we're off and running here. Let me get my... Okay, so I should have just tethered my phone. I was screwing around with dongles and stuff like that. So yeah, I've got the... Let me see if I can do something here. Hold on. Oh, these are not... Let me see. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Oh, that's much better. Now you can see, don't mind the little blue light, but now you can see the thunderstorm rolling in. All right, so, hey, Zach, what's up? Glad you could make it. So I ended up going with just tethering on the iPhone. It was like $20-something, so we'll just do that for this month. But it seems to be working great. No, I'm on my phone. Oh, yeah, there's that thunderstorm. Let's see if I can rotate it a little bit. I love thunderstorms. I don't get any of them back home. Oh yeah, that's a much better, clearer picture now. Yes. So I won't be leaving this video up. So for those of you that are watching this, this is a rare treat. You know what? Now I need the camera back. Michael Sillett. I live in Southern California. We have we never have lightning storms, and they're never at all by our houses where they exist. So for ham radio, it's really good because we have extremely low chance of lightning strikes. I have to show you my room, though. I'll show you what I can, but there's one thing right next to me that's just like insane. So if you're not on the Discord, you haven't seen this yet. But I'm going to grab that camera. Okay, so here's the room. Pretty standard. Real nice, though. That's my arm. Got a king-size bed, my bag ready for Hamvention. I've got a long wire that I've strung up to the smoke detector. But that's not what I wanted to show you. So here's the stream setup. But ready? Here we go. What? There's actually a bathroom right over here. Like there's like a regular bathroom with a regular tub. But then there's this thing. I've got 2 bathtubs in this room. I don't even know that I'm going to have any time to use this thing. Maybe Sunday before I leave, but man, awesome. I got hooked up. I called and asked. I told him, I was like, yeah, I just want to have a bathtub in case. I threw my back out on last Friday, so I want to make sure that I've got the ability to soak if I need to. So, Michael Sillett. I grew up in Whittier. I was born in Whittier, went to high school in Whittier. I lived in Whittier for a very long time. Now I live in Cerritos. Clint, Don't say anything, Clint. Don't say. Hey, Clint, are you here, by the way? Are you in Hamvention? Yeah, I got the honeymoon suite. Yeah, all by myself. Although this would be an interesting place to honeymoon. Dayton, Ohio. Maybe somebody's honeymooning for Hamvention? Maybe? Really? You know, you got to have your YL pretty into ham radio. Michael Sillett, you probably saw me at HRO. That's a safe bet if you went to the one in Anaheim. Clint's not out here for Hamvention. Bummer. Okay, so this is wonderful because that means I'm going to be able to stream at the Warped Wing Brewery. Yeah, I did bring. I brought 2 radios. Okay, so that was the thing I got asked more than anything as I was packing is what radios are you taking? What radios are you taking? And to be honest with you, I didn't bring many radios because I just don't have the bag space. After I had all the cameras and all this stuff that I brought 2 radios. I brought my C Crane. Got to bring that. So we'll listen to some HF with that maybe. And I brought my Alinco 2-meter handy talkie. That's it. That's all I brought. Just so that I could get on the talk around or whatever. Because it's a convention and I got a lot of people to talk to. So I don't envision myself playing a lot of radio except for maybe tomorrow night. By the way, there will be a live stream tomorrow night. Zach, if you're still there, can you post the link to the Discord? I won't be doing an after chat tonight because it's already, past midnight here. But the giveaway is still going. So you have 2 days, 1.5 days really, to get in on the giveaway for the Microbit X. Totally free. I'll ship it to you. Great. Zach says the stream looks awesome. So I'm not using a very high, the upload is very low. It's only like 10 megabits per second, but I guess it's pretty consistent because I have full bars, almost full bars, on AT&T, so that's really good. My rental car's somewhere down there, I think. I got a Jeep, a Compass, but it's a Jeep. Oh, don't have the link. Okay, I can do that. While Discord opens up, I will keep talking. So let me do some things while we're here, just so we can have some fun. A lot of things got introduced. Really, 2 things got introduced, which we're going to talk about. Let me get a web scene going here. Where's my webs? There's my webs. Hey, there it is. So Elecraft introduced a new radio, the K4. And it is a full SDR. So I am very excited to check that out. Okay, yes, let me approve. Now! Okay, did I approve the cookies? Yeah, go away. Oh, I can just let me just put one of those in the bag right now. I wonder how much is this thing. Let's go look. Is there pricing? Oh, price add to cart. Yeah, buddy. $4,000. $4,000 right there to begin your checkout. That's a lot. Pre-order information. Yeah, pre-order. So what does this bad boy do? Let's see if we can get some specs here. Well, let's just look at it. So you've got so I look at the on-screen controls and I look at the dials, right? So you have a dial on the upper right that looks like a multi. Your offset is on the right. Your VFO is the big dial, obviously. Your AF gain, your volume control, and your RF gain is on the outer ring. You have an RF squelch, a filter, so probably whatever filter you're manipulating, it's going to go to that control. And then you have an X-emitter, transmitter control, which is probably your power output. So not a lot of controls on it, like you saw on the FT-DX101, right? That one had way more controls. This actually looks more like an ICOM. It's got a real military look to it. I'm really excited about it. Let's see if we can get the back picture here. Yeah. So you've got 4 antennas on this. You have a RS-232 out, an HDMI out, good. You have a PC connection and 2 USB ports and an Ethernet jack. That's awesome. So you've got a receive antenna in and out, and you've got multiple other connections that you can make for RF, and it's an Anderson power poles connection. That's wonderful. I'm sure they all are like that for ICOM. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, so I am it's self after a few seconds. Yeah, so by the way, I'm on a really old laptop to make this happen. I spent all my money on the stream laptop, the stream computer at home, which is great. But my laptop situation is very bad. So if I don't have anything pre-rolled, like all the scenes set up and the website set up, and I just start going off and doing it on my own, it stutters. So sorry about that. My YouTube's broken. Going to reboot my phone. I understand. So that's this is awesome. This is very much like a look at that. It's kind of like a military looking. Apparently my wife's happy. She texted me for something and hasn't texted me back, so we're good. Got a military ICOM look to it. Very Elecraft. Yes, the code Masur HDMI interface for an external display. Yes, I don't know how big the resolution is. We'll find out tomorrow. I'm probably going to beeline straight for Elecraft tomorrow before doing anything else, just to go talk to them. Oh, it's got a USB in the front too. Phones is a big jack for the for your cans. I didn't see though. Let's see. Yeah, there's no memory card slot. So I'm guessing in favor of doing a memory card slot like on the 7300 or the 7610, it's going to have just a plug that you can plug a USB stick or a USB drive into, or a hard drive with a USB connection. And that would be great. I'm making a lot of assumptions here, for days, but that's what it looks like. So the other thing that got introduced was the Yaesu FT3D. And we can cover this pretty quickly. So, no, I'm not looking at the, where's the Yaesu? Wait, where's the Yaesu website? What's going on? Okay, I guess we're going to have to go to QRZ. Uh-oh. Okay, hold on. Oh, God, I'm going to go through like 3 blogs just to get to this point. I do have a beer. I got off the plane. I didn't really eat anything because the airplane food's so expensive and airport food is so expensive. I'm sure that okay. So there she blows. So she's fatter, a little wider, a little shorter. Is that what you look for in a handheld? If the handheld was a lady, a YL? I don't know. But so right off the bat, the GPS thing on the top is bigger, and I'm assuming that's what allowed them to kind of lower the overall size. So the GPS still sticking up top. And if you notice on the side where the PTT buttons are, it's very reminiscent of an FT70. In fact, the front grille here is the same style as the FT70. So they're actually pulling a lot of design notes from the FT70, which I think looks really good. I'm a big fan of that. Is there a link to the Yaesus? I'm not going to download somebody's other link. Why don't you ever link? So here's the thing. I'm going through this right now. It's great that you have a blog. I love that. Repost content, I love that. But give a link to the original source, the original content. You know, if you're in amateur radio, and I get a lot of people that are doing blogs on amateur radio, I don't want to assume you're new at doing things like this, but you gotta give credit where credit is due, and you gotta do it in the right way. We're gonna go to Reddit. I just want to find the damn picture. I was just on the site. What happened to it? Oh, well, Gigaparts has got it. Okay, so we'll use Gigaparts. Hey, we've got some Australians in the house here. No way. Somebody's watching from the plane over Colorado right now. Are you flying? You're coming into Hamvention tomorrow? That's awesome. Airport food is not good. I agree. So, okay. So when I first saw this, so these are the specs, right? When I first saw the specs for this thing, it does look good. I got a little worried because I didn't see APR. Get out of here. I didn't see APRS mentioned in it, and maybe they fixed it for this. Okay, it is there now. On the Yaesu site, they might have pulled it. I don't know. But it didn't have the APRS. You had to go into the manual, the media flyer that's attached under the files section if you can find the website. It's the same functionality as the FT3DR. It has all the same functionality, but the addition of the color screen, which I'm told is really nice. It looks like the screen's a bit smaller though. Can't confirm that, and I didn't bring my FT3DR to like put them side by side. Maybe someone will have one at the show tomorrow and I can snap a picture of them next to each other and give credit. But it now has Bluetooth, so you can use your AirPods or something to listen, although I'm assuming you want to have something with a mic attached to it. So that's the big change. There's a couple of other things. If I can find that, it would be great if I could get that Yaesu website. Yaesu. Oh, thank you, Zach. Zach with the, there we go. Okay, so if you go to files, right, and you get the catalog, so you click catalog, okay, so it's downloading this PDF. I'll wait for it to do that. We'll go back over here. So it's downloading. Stop all the downloading. So there's a couple of new things. I want to talk about the club channel activity, which I think is pretty cool. Maybe I'll just leave this up because we're kind of going into, I'll title this like the things I'm excited about on Hamvention. Built-in Bluetooth, simultaneous receive, which it already had before, visible blah 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 color touch panel, which is still resistive. It's not capacitive, is my understanding. We'll correct that if that changes. Snapshot feature, it still requires that really expensive, very low resolution camera. So I still don't think that's a good way to go. And it's going to have voice recording now, so that's really nice because it'll be connected to the SD card, which is perfect. So let's open this catalog. Yeah, look at that. That's a nice image right there. It does look cool. It does look cool. The display, so that middle section, the circles and the compass, that's really, really nice. That basically is the same display that was on the FT3DR, but now with the FT3D color. So let me go down here to the cam stuff. There it is. Okay, so this cam club lock. Okay, come on now. This part here. So what this is going to do is you would basically, it's like if you had, so if you go back to your scope, right? So it's got this band scope, right above it. The band scope is just showing you what's like it can see the frequency activity across the band space that it's looking at, right? And that's adjustable somewhat. This is going to have a larger band scope though, versus 79 channels instead of 71 channels, I think, in the FT2. But the cam, so what you can do with the cam is you can identify frequencies that you want to monitor. And in this case, in the image, there's 4 stations that they're monitoring. And you see the one that says BL3 is larger, it's taller, and it's like an orange color. So basically what it's doing is it's doing they're saying ghosting, by ghosting the signal strength of past peaks. So it's like a rev limiter, like if you've ever used a race tachometer, and you know how like you rev it up and you can click the button and it'll go back to the highest rev. It's kind of like that. It's hanging on to the highest peak output of whatever it is, the station you're listening to, and it's going to hang on to that for a while until it's like a high water mark, if you're familiar with that term. So it basically high water marks all the receive frequencies that you're getting in on the stations that you've identified, which is really, really handy. So just with that alone, you can tell relative distance. So yeah, right now MSRP is about 520. Oh, that's why Google hasn't spidered Yaesu's site. There you go. Yeah, Zach says if the screen is smaller, the keypad would be a pain. I am totally speculating about the screen thing. I don't know that that's true. It just looks like that. So PS Masticlick says the D74 has that problem with color screens. Battery life isn't good. So that's a great point. And the FT2DR actually has a pretty good battery life. It takes a long time to charge them though, so I appreciate. Sorry about that. I appreciate that. We're potentially losing battery life with the color screen, which to me, I mentioned it in my review that color screens are great and Bluetooth is great and all that stuff is great, but all that stuff is a drain on the battery. So if you're not going to use the Bluetooth, turn it off. Right? Make sure you turn that off right out of the gate. Color screen though, you can't really turn off. So if it turns into a battery drain, that's a little problematic. Wyoming Ham says my D74 rocks on battery. So I don't want to say you're in the minority, but you definitely have a better time than a lot of people I've talked to. I've heard a lot of problems with batteries. The my D72, which is the model before, had a ton of problems with batteries, real bad. Zach says, I would love to see a AA battery adapter for the FT3 or the FT70. The FT70 already is a pretty big battery hog, so going to A cells on that they would drain quick. Let's see what else we got here. I do like the APRS screen here. That's really neat. Yeah, so see, this is that MH85A11U, the speaker microphone with snapshot camera. So maybe they're upgrading it, but I think it's the same old resolution. And that's not that great. I will say, though, I'm very happy that they stuck to the same form factor for batteries and chargers and everything else. So if you bought in for an FT2, like me, I have the rapid charger and I have the A-cell battery tray, which, again, you get much less life and you get much less power output. But it's nice to have. The rapid charger is fantastic. I highly recommend the rapid charger. I think I might be spiking my audio a little bit. I'm going to lower that. So I'm glad that all the accessories are the same. That's really good. Yeah. BT color and APRS and 31 milliamp battery. Yes. Nathan Planell says, I would get a Baofeng for emergencies. Yep, that would be fine. Yeah, I made a lot of emergency videos, so if you want to go check those out, go do that. You have to keep in mind your emergency comms are only going to be as good as everybody around you that can communicate with you. Most likely, you're not going to be rolling around with a pack of people that have FT-3DRs or FT-3Ds or whatever. So you're largely going to be using analog ham radio stuff. And so for that, Baofeng is fine. What they really need is a power saving mode that shuts off all the bells and whistles like most phones have, even knock it down. Hey, so that the KE8HWD, so let me say the first part first. I agree with you. If they had some kind of smart technology to knock stuff down, it's not in use. If you're not using APRS, turn the GPS off. If you're not using Bluetooth, turn the Bluetooth off. The last part, though, it's putting out black and white on a color screen is just as bad as doing color on a color screen. It's not that much of a savings. A truly monochromatic screen just has less power draw, so you're going to save battery like that. Matthew Stone says, Brosef. Hey, what's up? I'll give you a fist smash. Or what is this? A fist pound? Oh, okay. Says, thanks for motivation. Push through general and start setting the homestead up for all of free. Hey, right on. Very good. I am Brosidon, speaker of Broshen, herder of the bros. I am a fisher of bros, ham bros. Somebody needs to make a QRP transceiver with an e-ink screen. Amazon will probably come out with that. Amazon. So on my flight in, I had a conjoining flight. I had one layover. I got to watch Aquaman. On my phone, Aquaman's not that bad. It's cheesy, but it's not that bad. It's not as good as the Marvel movies, but it's not that bad. A physical switch for turning off the LEDs. Yeah, but then it's a physical switch, requires board space, requires case design, takes up real estate. And then what are you really gaining? LEDs don't use, oh, Zach's already got it. LEDs really don't use that much power. LEDs is like the best thing ever. Yes, so Hoosier Nat Rat says, what about listen only? Can you beat the Texan 880? So the 880, so it depends. I don't have an 880, but I have a 660. And the 660, it is my understanding on single sideband, right, shortwave, does better than the 880. That's my understanding. I could be wrong. But as far as receive only, I am packing my C Crane single sideband Skywave. I really like this radio. This is the travel radio of choice for most things. In fact, maybe there's some, let's turn her on. I did have some. Okay, we won't mess with that now. I'm not hearing anything. Maybe all the hams went to bed because they're all getting up early for Hamvention Day 1, which I think I'm going to do. I'm hopefully going to do my Friday live stream like I normally do. It may be like this, though, ad hoc. I don't know that I'll post an event. I just don't know that I'll have time to post an event. So I'll just go live like this and just do it. My goal, though, is I'm going to go around, take a lot of pictures, take a lot of video, hopefully talk to some people, and then put that all in the stream, and then do it that way. Going to be crazy to do all that, but we're going to make a go at it. Oh, yeah, speaking of lightning, what's the lightning cam like? Oh, hey, lightning! Yeah, there's a lot of lightning crashes. Code Masur, will there be any local nets at Hamvention which will be on Echolink? I don't know. To be honest, I did not come to Hamvention to really play radio. I'll play radio from home. I came to Hamvention to get a lot of content to bring to you guys and talk to a lot of people and meet people. That's really why I came to Hamvention. I'm really excited to see new products. I'm hoping I can say, hey, send me a radio and let me do a review of it. I'll send it back to you. I'm at the point now where I'm really happy with my radios, and I don't have it yet, but I've got a lot of things sorted out. We're going to have them sorted out soon on getting my antenna all good to go. And then I can start thinking about maybe a bigger, more seriouser radio. Cool, we got 83 people for a late night stream. I appreciate that. If you could, give me a thumbs up. That always helps. This is a Hamvention pre-chat on some of the new stuff that came out. Do a review on the Rig Pi. Is the Rig Pi the MFJ thing? The Rig Pi? I would do that. I'm supposed to go talk to MFJ tomorrow or on Saturday. Nathan Planell, hey, anyone recommend a P25 radio? Basically, if you're going to get P25, you should look towards Motorola and a used Motorola. Rig Pi, yeah, is the MFJ 1234 is the Rig Pi. So yes, I do want to get my hands on one of those because I could technically be using my 7300 right now. Oh, the Carrie said, which Elecraft? Well, I'll show you right now. This Elecraft. So this is the Elecraft that was. So the story behind this, I'm getting a little feels going on. So ham radio, we all know it trends a little bit older. And what happened with this is actually a leaked radio. The introduction of this radio wasn't supposed to have gotten out, but apparently someone discovered it and they leaked it out to the larger community. And that's how we found out about this new K4, which is a full SDR transceiver, which looks to me very much like a very tactical icon radio, which I think looks great. I'd rather have this than a 7610 personally in my shack, just from the looks of it. They're both cool radios, but this looks pretty awesome. This is also like $5,000 though. Yeah, so I was thinking about that with P25, going back to the P25 question. If you want to just have P25, a Motorola radio will do that. But the downside of that, though, is you need to have somebody who knows how to program Motorola radios. So get yourself a Zoom spot that can do P25, and then you can just use a DMR radio to work P25, which is kind of a better option. Do you hear the plumbing noise? This hotel's pretty nice, though. Big shout out to w5kub.com because he's here somewhere in this hotel. I haven't met up with him yet, but he was like, "No, I stay at the Hilton Garden Inn." Oh, I just told everybody where I'm staying. So I agree with him so far. This is a really nice hotel. So good call. Great VHF propagation around Dayton Hamvention right now. Open all the way down to Lexington on 2 meter. Check out the Men No link. Well, let's bring up the hold on. Let's break out my troll Alinco radio. Let's activate the antenna. Okay. Let's maybe do a call. Hey, Matthew Stone, Bro Sidon. Let's do a call. Kilo India 6 November Alpha Zulu monitoring 520. I don't think anybody's up, but K4 is a base station, yes. It would have an X in it if it was portable. Rational routines. Is any interference created if one transmits with an analog radio on the same frequency that a digital radio is using? Yeah, they'd be all over each other. The digital radio might be able to deal with it, though. The PEG radio systems are the ultimate group radio systems. See, I don't know anything about PEG. Jordan YouTube, go check him out. Maybe he's got some PEG radio videos that you can check out. Hey, Jordan YouTube, if you have something, send me something over on hoshnasi@gmail.com. I'd like to check it out. Kenwood NX 5000 series does both DMR and P25. I use them myself. Very nice. Brian Mayfield asks, thoughts on D-Star? D-Star feels very much like Yaesu System Fusion to me. It sounds good. It is pretty easy to use when I was using that 51A, even though that's not the radio for me. I like the radio. It's a high quality radio. And D-Star is great. And you've got, what's nice about D-Star at least is that it's nicely integrated in a lot of their radios. So if you get a 7100, it works with that. If you get a 9700, it works with that. All their handhelds use it now. So it's nicely integrated. I feel, though, that Yaesu System Fusion and Wires has more functionality. That's just a personal feeling. So you can run a Wires X node. You can do a whole bunch with that at your home and run that from your home. Is there a way to receive digital on an analog radio? Yeah, just turn onto the frequency where digital is at, and you hear. There you go. You just tuned in on it. Yeah, right? I hope that doesn't bother me. I didn't bring any earplugs because I was staying by myself. Rod Davidson says, what are your thoughts on grounding a base station antenna with a PL259 style connector that plugs into the tow antenna that has a screw on in to attach a ground wire to the ground rod? Do these work? So I will let me say what the best situation is. The best situation is ground rod as close as possible to your antenna. in which you can then ground either your mast or have a lightning arrestor that it's connected to, right? That's preferable. Preferably connected to the mast is really where you want to be. If that's not an option, right, then you have a lightning arrestor. So it's like a coax connects to a lightning arrestor that has a connection for the ground, and then that continues into the shack. But you want that to be a short run to the ground. So introducing PL259 connectors and other things like that is just going to reduce your ability on those potentially. But, length to ground is going to be your most important thing. With a PJ style connector that plugs into the toe antenna. So that maybe I'm not getting the toe antenna part. Yeah. Has to screw in and attach a ground wire to ground. Again, make it as short as possible. Make sure your wire as thick as possible, right? Because that makes it, you can get more of that juice through that wire if it's thicker to the ground. That's your goal. Nathan Planell says 7300 or 899. What do you mean 890? Am I missing 899? You mean 891 or a 991? For me, I would pick the 7300. I would much rather use my 7300 than my 891. The 891 though is more portable than the 7300, and I have a big thing coming up in June. I may miss Ham Field Day because of it, but I've got something really big coming up that I will be taking the 891 out on it. So that will be in a video that hopefully is going to be pretty awesome. I think you'll like it. Dude! Oh, okay, let's okay, hold on. I got to go look this one up now too. No, I don't want that. When you look at a 9700, Bob Heil. Look at this, guys. So that's not a special. Did somebody say it's $8.99? Oh, Gigaparts. VK7HH, shout out for my channel. Getting to Dayton one day would be a dream. Yeah, buddy, absolutely. Yeah, no, send me more information. Go check out his videos too. Hey, I'm all about, like, there's no one on YouTube in ham radio that can do all the things. And I know I'm limited because I got a family and I got a job that's pretty intense. So when there are people out there that are doing a better job at something, I'd rather just people go look at them. Maybe come from watching me and go to you. I'm just kidding. But yeah, seriously, the people that are really into a niche, like that are really, really good at it, like I always just say, go watch their stuff. I can't compete with that. Oh, good point, Zach. Let me go back. So he's saying, so it says $8.99, but then when you click on it, so it just seems like the website hasn't been updated yet. So $8.99 for a 7300, which is a pretty good deal. Let me do can I do a long walk here? Let me do one of these. I'm gonna go get, I got one more beer and then I'm closing it out. I got a big room. So this is the problem, is whenever you travel, you always end up like needing tools. I don't know what it is, but I need a bottle opener. I'm gonna try and use Now it's gonna ruin my little knobber thing on the chapstick. My deposit. That's not that bad. All right, that could have went better. Oh, it looks like it's not supposed to go on sale until Hamvention opens. So, ham radio websites be wild in that they're not prepared for some of this stuff. Yeah, man, you gotta open the beer. You gotta open it. So this is the best they had down in the stores, Stone IPA. Stone's not really my favorite. And Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Ale, not a recommendation. This is way too sweet. But if you like sweet bourbon barrels, you'd like this. Motorola made it hard. Money reasons, upgrade systems. Yeah, so Motorola are business radios. They want you as a business to go to a Motorola distributor and buy Motorola radios from them for your business. They want you to get an FCC business license for a small frequency space or some frequencies, that you can use in a business capacity. They have amateur radios, and they are co-opted by amateur radio enthusiasts very often. But much like DMR, you have to basically ham radioitize it, which means you're doing all kinds of funky stuff to get it to work. Wyoming Ham's taking, he's going. I should be asleep too, but I'm up because technically it is 9 o'clock my time. Yeah, 9:30 right my time, but it's almost 1 here, and I got to get up because I don't have my tickets either. I bought my tickets, but I think they're at will call or whatever. What is a good antenna for the FTX 400 XDR mobile? A dual band quarter wave antenna. That would be my recommendation if you're in a mobile situation. If you're not, if you're in like a home, any good ground plane would be fine. What is a good antenna? Yeah. Matthew Stone says, I'm about to depress for that price. So I think I paid $1,000 for my 7300. I think I got it the last Hamvention actually, that I didn't attend, but from home. There is nobody on nobody on the calling frequency here in Dayton, Ohio. Everyone to bed. Okay, well, now I gotta look that up. Zach says Gigaparts has a 7300 for cheaper. I have nothing against Gigaparts. Nothing against them. I just go to ham radio outlets so much, I tend to recommend people use them. That's just me. Uh-oh. We're lagging. Am I reaching? What's going on here? Yeah, it looks like they're still at $9.99, unless somebody has a link to a better site. Oh my god! Oh, what? Can I enter to win? So I wonder what everybody's thoughts are. Let me go back here for a second. I didn't do any videos on the 9700. Hey. hey, stop. I don't really have a place for it. I know there are hams who want it. I was a little worried with the time source stuff. That was a little bothersome for 1.2. So yeah, it's still marked as $9.99. So maybe they're gonna fix that. I don't know. KE8HWD buddy says he could probably hit me on 2 meters. Maybe. I do want to make a note. This Rig Expert A55, that is a good antenna analyzer. Oh, click on its access. Oh, secrets. Oh, $8.99. Okay. So that's a $100 mail-in rebate and an instant rebate. So you do have to do a mail-in rebate. Gulf Bravo says, take it easy. It's 1.3. What time is it? What time zone am I in? Am I on Eastern time? Am I screwing up right now? Which would perform, Rational Routine says, which would perform better in terms of range? A ducky antenna really high up in the air or a really long high gain antenna transmitting from a ground level? Wait, so what time is it? Is it midnight? Is it 12:30? Is it 12:30? Okay. Jeez. He's going to be freaking out. Okay, he's in Argentina. Oh, I got really scared right now, guys. I'm like, I'm not going to be able to get up. Back to the lightning. Yes, go to bed. It's 12:28. It's kind of boring. Ohio is kind of boring. Oh, I thought you were saying I'm kind of boring. Dude, these pipes are ridiculous. I'll finish this beer and then I'll go to bed. How many people we got watching right now? 95! We went up 10 since the last time I checked it. Thank you so much for watching. This is the pre-Hamvention discussion. So I do have a quirky thing. If you can find me, and before I run out, if we take a selfie, I can do a printed selfie with a HRCC logo on it. I don't know if anybody cares about that. I'll have that. It was pretty interesting though. It felt like I could pick out the people on my flight from LA to Denver and then from Denver to Dayton who were like ham people. And there was a guy next to me who was literally editing his PowerPoints for the QRP radio that his company's selling. And he was like, I was looking over his shoulder, looking at it, and I was like, okay, it's a little big. I wanted to tap him on the shoulder like, hey, does it have an USB audio interface? Rational Routine said, did you read me? Did you just call? No. I'll try to call, and then you can tell me if you're... KI6NAZ, KI6NAZ, monitoring 520. Nobody's awake. Also, this thing transmits like half a watt. Oh, so Zach is probably right on the money. Is that there's probably some kind of website-y stuff that's going to get sorted out tomorrow. Like tomorrow morning, everything's going to get wild. It's going to get wiki wild. So the FT3D and the K4 from Elecraft, I'm guessing those were kind of leakish. Like those were things that kind of leaked out. But I don't know what it is, but I'm feeling like the industry is getting real hip to the game, and we're going to see a lot of new products tomorrow. That's what I think is going to happen. Corey Sheldon, you able to hit 446 megahertz? No, sir. I have 2 meters. That's it. I pack 2 meters. That's all I got. This, so for people that came in late, this is an Alinco DJS11. I made a video about it. I fixed it. Here's the interesting thing about this. Ready? Here's the antenna. Doot, doot, doot. And then, boop. It stows in the back of it. It's such a dumb radio. It's a really dumb radio. I bought it off of eBay for, I don't know, like $20. And it was broken, and I fixed it. And it works. It works well, actually. It works really well. In fact, I could just start scanning. What the hell? Let's go back to... It's got I might have modified it for transmitting and receiving a little wider than it should, but it's got that FCC sticker on it. Hello VK3 FJCR finally here. Hello, what's up, James Roy? Oh, I'm really jazzed to hit up the flea market. I'm probably going to make that a standalone video. Just that. I'm just going to record a lot of video going around the flea market and hopefully talking to some people if they're into it. Rational Routine said, is there a way to get past radio encryption? Yes, but it's probably illegal and you shouldn't do it. Also, it's probably cost and power and time prohibitive, so... Travis Foudre says, what is the cheapest, most powerful bass you'd recommend for a beginner working on my tech license now? God, that's a really good question because you added powerful to it. So I always point people to the 7300 because you get that great waterfall, and I think seeing the radio, the RF, gives people a ton of value in learning and understanding, like really seeing on exactly what's going on. I love the 7300 for that, but it doesn't have 2 meters, it doesn't have 70 centimeters. I don't mind that. I think that radios should be separate. I don't want an all-in-one radio. I've never advocated for an all-in-one radio. I've never recommended them. The only one that I would put on the list as possibly recommending is the 7100, because it's an interesting little niche that it fits in. It doesn't have the waterfall though, so the 7100 is kind of like an 891, but bigger and kind of more complicated. So it's a nice desk radio. Like you hide the back somewhere and you get that nice little faceplate that you put on your table. It's really slick. It's a really nice radio to see in person. But the 7300 is where I still tell people to go. The 991 is all band, all mode, and it's smaller. It's more expensive. It does Yaesu System Fusion. I believe it does wires. But I don't like the screen on it. I don't like the screen, and it's not an SDR, although that's not a problem. This is really a personal... Oh, that's weather. Chance of rain, 50%. As much as I am a Yaesu person, I'm not really a 991 person. I think you have to really go put hands on and really decide for yourself. Can I like put the chat room over here? Would that be cool? Let me do that. God. And we can make it a little bit bigger. You can be over the lightning, ride the lightning. Can you encrypt a Baofeng? No. James Roy, what is the best radio I have? It depends. If you QRP radio, God, best is such a subjective thing. Best meaning expensive is probably the 7300. Yeah, so ZPC Tech. So this is an interesting point that needs more of a discussion, really. The waterfall is disappointing on the 991, but I use an SDR dongle for waterfall display at base station. You can also tap the IF. This is a great point, and this is a really good thing to mention, is that you may not like the waterfall on the radio, but really that doesn't matter if the radio gives you some way to pipe it out into a display or into an SDR that you can use as a pan adapter. So that's more money, right? So you're already taking a 991, which is more expensive than the 7300, and you're getting a monitor that you got to mount, you got the cabling, whatever. So it's very personal. If it's your shack and you're setting up a radio and you want to have it do all the whiz bang things, then a 991 is going to be good. I prefer the 7300 because I do take it portable. I know you can take the 991 portable, but I like the screen. I like the screen that much, and I like using it that much. Yeah, so Matthew Stone has a 7100 and he agrees with me. So there you go. Check that out. It does D-Star. Yeah, I still got to say, I never really, aside from the 7100, really, I don't recommend any all-in-wonder type radios. I think you should have there's no reason not to have a mobile radio that's dual channel, that you can have, two simultaneous channels to receive. You can monitor whatever you're actively working, your club repeater or whatever repeater you're on, and then also monitor 520. You can't do that with a 991 or an 857 or whatever. It's not really, it does a bit of everything, but it doesn't do any of them good. And for dual band, you want dual channel receive and transmit. Best power supply on the go? I don't know. I've never really thought about an on-the-go power supply. Oh, you haven't seen that because that is marked for review. What advice do you have to new hams that are mic shy? I made a video on it, and I should probably do one of those ham radio minute videos on mic shy. I am a crazy person. I was never mic shy. I don't have a problem getting in front of groups of people. I get nervous, right? I get nervous just like everybody else. I just don't care. I get really nervous, like really butterflies like crazy, and I get up and I start talking and I start to trip over my words, but I don't care. That's the difference is it doesn't matter. Mic shyness, everyone experiences it. You're going to have it. You'll always feel it until you get more comfortable. But it doesn't matter. Like, you don't know these people. Even if the person you're talking to is like ends up being a jerk and makes you feel bad, who cares? You don't know them. You don't have to talk to them again. You never have to involve yourself with that person in their life ever again. So you just have to acknowledge how little it really matters. And you just say, okay, well, I'm just doing it. James Roy asked about Motorola programming cables. I don't. I'm not a lot of my friends that are on the repeater that I talk on most do have, they have all the setup for Motorola. I think I like it better when it's over here. I changed my mind. It's a bit smaller. Tell me in the chat what you guys like better. Do you like it over on the side, or do you like it in the... It's only going to be on this lightning stream just because we're looking at the lightning right now. Is there any way to read radio signals, like if someone is using a portable 100 feet away and you can just target that frequency like a laser? Yeah, you can use an SDR. So you use an SDR, you got that big band space, right? You look at the whole band and you see somebody's just like, blah! Even this little dumb thing, if I'm really close to you, is going to put out just a ton of power. Or not a ton of power, but it's going to look really high, S9 plus. So you just look for that crazy frequency, right? With an omnidirectional, you're getting everyone around you, and you'll see the strong signals. Directionality comes from a directional antenna, though, so you need like a Yagi or whatever to do it. The Random Hobbyist says, what's your opinion on a Yaesu 8900R, and is it still relevant in today's standards? Absolutely. It's a simple analog dual channel, like I talked about, VHF, UHF radio. It's great. The TYT 9800 or 8900 is also good, and it's cheaper. I don't know that the Yaesu gives you that much in terms of like additional functionality other than crossband repeat, which is useful if you want to use that. So the radio I have in my truck is a TYT 9800, which is basically the same thing as the 8900, similar anyway. Yeah, if you can get one used, we're kind of at the point now where used radios are they're just so cheap, and they're really easy to get. So DAR repeater is 22394 megahertz. Oh, I don't have a 220. Rational routines, you need to get your lessons. Maybe you have it, but maybe you're new to ham radio, so welcome. I appreciate you coming out here. And by the way, your questions are dumb, so don't feel bad. I'm not saying that. It's just I can tell kind of from the questions you're asking. These are questions I get usually from people that are starting out, which is great. But he asked, can you block anyone from knowing you are transmitting? Not like encryption, just like you're a ghost and nobody knows. No, you can't really. Anyone that has the wherewithal can see you transmitting. If you're on a weird, obscure frequency, they probably won't know, though, so yeah. James Roy asked, what's the best handheld DMR radio? Although I don't have it, I think the Anytone 878 is probably the best radio on the market right now for DMR. And it does analog APRS, which is really awesome. Brian Mayfield, you're asking a very good question. When you travel, does TSA ask you about your gear, or do you have to check it in your luggage? So I put my call sign on pretty much everything, like a label. But I got pulled out today, and they went through everything in my bag, and I'll show you the thing that freaked them out the most. I will grab it, and here you go. I'll grab it right now. This freaked out TSA so much. It was crazy. So I got flagged hard on this Slingtenna. Okay, this is a Slingtenna. And they pulled me aside, and they didn't even want to like touch it. They're like, "What is this?" And I'm like, "It's an antenna. The side caps come off, and there are wires on each end." And I'm like, so she opened one, and she's like, "Okay, it's fine." I'm like, "The other end is the same thing." So she checked that too, and she looked into it. So yes, TSA will pull you out for your radio equipment. They absolutely will. Yes, I know. KE8HWD says plastic pipe bomb wouldn't work very well. Obviously, that's true, but at the same time, they're looking for stuff like that, so you never know. Somebody said without prying. Corey Sheldon asked, without prying too much, what general area are you in? I am in Beaver Creek, Ohio, right now. Hamvention is just down the road from me, which I'm here for. Hamvention. Oscar Rena asks, should get a Kenwood THF6 for this purpose that you are on the road. I don't even know what a THF6 is, to be honest with you. Why a THF6? Oh, no, yeah, no. Of course I know what a THF6 is. Yes, I agree with you, actually. So this is, so by the way, one of the radios I'm looking at, so anybody that's at Hamvention tomorrow, if you find one of these that somebody's selling and it's a decent price, let me know. I want one of these. This radio is still a very sought-after radio. It's a tri-band radio that is very useful, very effective, and very small. So yes, I'm a big fan of that radio, and they still hold their prices really well if you go on eBay. But I also want the Elinco C5, which is a credit. It's even smaller than this dumb thing. It's a credit card. And it does it's a dual band credit card radio. Okay, so how many? We're going a little long. Oh my God, we passed the hour mark. I'm going to have to close this out pretty soon because I got to go say goodnight to my family and do that whole business. And I got to get up and get dressed. I got to get some breakfast because I haven't ate anything all day. I had like three bags of pretzels. That's pretty much all I ate. I get real travel not hungry. Like whenever I'm doing, like if I'm hiking or if I'm traveling or whatever, I don't eat a lot on travel day. But then the next day I'm like, I'm starving. My body just doesn't really want food, I guess. I don't know. So yeah, Hamvention. Anybody out in Hamvention, if you find a THF6A that's a good price, let me know. Rational Routines needs to clarify that. When you mean portable, do you mean like a portable HF radio, or do you mean like a mobile, or do you mean like an HT? If you mean a portable HF antenna, that is a really hard question. A really hard question. If that's what you mean, that's gonna be that's gonna be like a 20-minute talk. Oh, dude, Lee, man, it would be awesome to go hit up the Hamvention with you tomorrow and Christine, because I don't know what to expect, but I have a feeling what I should expect. Should be interesting. Travis Faudre asks, is CB still a viable communication standard? I can hardly ever seem to understand anything anyone says on CB. Yeah, it's a good point. Okay, I'm going to turn this off. Save my battery. I don't feel that from an emergency preparedness point of view, CB is that as important as it used to be. I feel that with ham radio and FRS and GMRS radios, you've kind of covered all the bases. I respect CB, and where it is still popular, then that should be the thing you use. So it's really going to depend on the area you live. At the same time, I'm not a CBer. I never was one. I started out with shortwave radio receivers like this, just listening. I do a lot of listening still. I listen to radio all the time. I talk. I use digital most, and I talk less than digital. So I'm probably like a 95% listener and a 5% transmitter, unless I'm on VHF UHF, which I think is a bit different. Craig Walker says, go check out the FT3 demo tomorrow. Yeah, I don't know where they're having it. They're probably having it at the booth. And if John's at the booth, I'm going to go up and say hi to him. KE8HWD. You might not be wrong. Yeah, so Tony, CB is as good as the day cycle of the sun cycle is, and we're at a low right now, so it's not very effective. In 5 years, CB will be good again, in about 5 years. So it depends. There's lots of situations. Everything's situational. You got to adapt to the situation. So I'm not against CB in any way. I think that right now our bases are covered with ham radio and the other options, FRS, GMRS. Favorite antenna for an HT, the Signal Stuff Signal Stick. That's my favorite antenna. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. Let's see what we've got going on in the... Waiting for the storm to roll in. So Code Masur asks, what time will you be broadcasting tomorrow on YouTube? I don't know. I really don't know. As of right now, I have no plans after the show. There are some people who have said that they want to go have dinner tomorrow, so that may change the stream schedule a little bit. Would like to do my normal stream schedule, which is 10 p.m. Eastern, but I think that's a little late maybe. I may pull that forward. I don't know, but I will stream tomorrow for sure. So, oh, there you go. Larry Ford says Katie will be at Yaesu booth for the reveal at 8 a.m. 8 a.m. Jeez. What time does the... Okay. I got to go. I got to figure out some logistics. I got to figure out when the will call room opens up and where I'm driving to. I know I'm going to drive to the high school, I think, to park, but I'm going to leave it at that. Okay. Guys, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much for watching, and get ready. Hamvention's tomorrow. It's going to be fun. See ya.